सैयारा तू तो बदला नहीं है, मौसम जरा सा रूठा हुआ है। सैयारा तू तो बदला नहीं है, मौसम जरा सा रूठा हुआ है मैं मर ही जाऊं जो तुझको न पाऊं, बातों में तेरी मैं रातें बिताऊं, होठों पे लम्हा लम्हा है नाम तेरा है, तुझको ही गाऊं मैं तुझको पुकारूं। Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the other side of the coin and welcome to your latest Chelsea transfer news. What is happening with Xavi? Xavi Simmons, ladies and gentlemen, what's going on? I had to do that tune for my main man, our main man, Xavi Simmons. That's a song that's gone viral on social media all over the world at the moment. All my Indian fans will know, and even some of the non-Indian fans might know about this song because it is an absolute blockbuster song. That is it's a bit of a love song. Do you know what I mean? And the song is very apt at the moment in regards to Xavi Simmons because what's happening, man? What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Our man Xavi Simmons, ladies and gentlemen, the latest is, which was in the last 24 hours, Chelsea target Xavi Simmons is in the Leipzig squad to face Lens today, which was yesterday afternoon, night, UK time, or European time. All this time he's been away from Leipzig. He's been training on his own. He's not been participating with the group. He's not been participating in the preseason matches. All of a sudden now, ladies and gentlemen, he is participating with the group. He is participating in the matches. Now, is it because that, look, it's just taking a bit of time and, Xavi Simmons just feels that, look, too much time is being wasted. He needs to have some form of preseason training, some form of, minutes under his belt, minutes on his legs, so that when the move does happen to Chelsea Football Club, that he can be up and running straight away? Or is there a little bit of worry? Is there a little bit of worry? Because why is the player all of a sudden now playing? What if, touch wood, he picks up an injury? Then what? Because for me, it's not ideal. It's not ideal. This whole situation at the moment is absolutely not ideal. And in fact, ladies and gentlemen, Xavi Simmons started the match for Red Bull Leipzig. As you can see in the lineup over here, Simmons is there. Xavi, number 10. He started the match against Lens. And he played well. Apparently, he was robbed of some of the assists by his teammates. He further goes on Instagram, Xavi Simmons on Instagram, stating, "Trust the process." Now, look, I'm still confident Xavi Simmons to Chelsea is going to happen. There are no other clubs involved at the moment. But you know what? It doesn't take too long for other clubs to interject and start getting involved. There are other teams that are now slowly starting to look at options because they're getting desperate in terms of attacking options that's available. I'm not saying that any other clubs are more exciting than Chelsea to join at the moment. We are, goddammit, the world champions, and the way we are playing right now, Xavi Simmons will still have should have his eyes and his heart set on Chelsea Football Club. But just to put it out there, and I don't think this is a threat one bit. Spurs have never been a threat, but Spurs are looking for attacking players. I'm hearing that Bayern Munich are still looking for attacking players, and many other teams are looking for attacking players. And Xavi Simmons right now has everything focused on Chelsea. All this time it was Chelsea, Chelsea, Chelsea. In fact, this saga has now been going for at least a month. A month ago, we started to hear that it's advanced, everything is advanced. Then we started hearing Chelsea are looking to get rid of players before they bring in players. Now we've even recently had Garnacho. Personal terms agreed. Looks like Garnacho movement is happening quicker than Xavi Simmons. Look, I'm hoping and I'm praying that Chelsea, we've done enough exit business. We still got a lot more to happen. Of course, I fully understand it, but I hope enough exit business has happened recently for Xavi Simmons to enter Chelsea Football Club. And we've also been told that Red Bull Leipzig were focused on Sesko leaving, and Sesko has now officially left and gone and joined Man United. now the focus is apparently Red Bull Leipzig looking for a replacement for Xavi Simmons, which is Harvey Elliott. Are they still going to wait for Harvey Elliott to first come in and then Simmons to leave for Chelsea Football Club? Look, the season's just around the corner. We've already played our first preseason match against Bayer Leverkusen. It would have been nice to have Xavi Simmons with us. And in fact, it's dragged on a little bit now because, as I said, the news has been running since a month ago. We've got AC Milan coming up later today. Obviously, Simmons is not going to be part of that. And we've got the Premier League starting next weekend, right? Is Simmons going to be ready for that? Look, whatever the case is, it would have been ideal had we had Simmons from the get-go, but it doesn't seem to be the case. But look, I'm confident it's still going to happen, but some part of me is starting to feel a little bit iffy about all of this stuff. Trust the process from Xavi Simmons in the Instagram makes me think he still believes that maybe, yes, trust the process. It's going to happen. Chelsea Football Club, the move will happen. But I just hope that the more he continues to play for Leipzig in this preseason, I just hope he doesn't pick up something unnecessarily. And then that will halt everything, ladies and gentlemen. So, look, we do need, we've got enough attacking options at the moment. Of course we do. But down the track, when things become very serious in the Premier League and Champions League, and there's a whole heap of matches happening on a regular basis, every game, every 3 days, then you've got the domestic cups coming up. You do want to have as many options as possible. And God forbid, injuries are inevitable. We've already seen it with Levi Colwill. A player like Xavi Simmons, on top of everything we've already got, it will be sensational. It really will be. We need to get rid of Nkunku. We need to get rid of Nicholas Jackson, who is no longer part of the squad anymore. We need to get rid of, Sterling and so on and so forth, and then bring in someone like Xavi Simmons. But I feel like this move, it's good at the moment until other clubs starts interjecting, and then Leipzig, as you saw, like what they did with Sesko, right? They got a bid from Newcastle. They got a bid from Man United. Good thing about us is we've got full personal terms agreed with Xavi Simmons. So hopefully we don't have to worry anything from that perspective. But how long does the player keep waiting? Like, who's to blame in this entire situation? Is it Chelsea? Is it Leipzig? Because the player is ready. The player is ready. There's been no official, the facts are there's been no official bid from Chelsea Football Club as yet to Leipzig. Leipzig haven't received anything officially. Everything so far, what has happened is with the player, and Chelsea have been contacting Leipzig to find out the ballpark valuation for Simmons. And is that an obstacle as well? Because we value the player somewhere around 50 million pounds, whereas Leipzig values the player somewhere around 60 million. So it's not a huge difference, but it is a difference nonetheless. Now, is that going to be a problem? I mean, once Sesko deal, which is finished now, what's the hold up now? Like, are we waiting for players to leave? What if the players that we're waiting to leave, they take too long to leave Chelsea Football Club? How long does Xavi Simmons keep waiting around? And as I said, the more he keeps playing for Leipzig, unnecessarily, we're putting him into risk of picking up a silly injury. Right now, I know that silly injury could be picked up at Chelsea as well, but if it's picked up at Leipzig, then it's finished. The deal's just not going to happen. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me know your thoughts. Are you concerned one bit? Look, this was the last time Fabrizio Romano reported on Xavi Simmons, which was 8th of August. Now we're on the 10th. Just a couple of days ago, where he said that, look, we're going for both Garnacho and Xavi Simmons. But I don't know, man. The matter just feels a little bit iffy at the moment. I just hope that it happens ASAP, and I hope there's not, a whole heap of different obstacles that's holding this up. Ladies and gentlemen, let me know your thoughts. Are you starting to get a little bit concerned? Let's see what happens over the next couple of days. We really need to wrap this up ASAP, or else I just feel like some nasty things could happen at the end. It's, we had all this time to sort this out, and we haven't been able to get it over the line. And I don't want it to be a situation where we end up getting Garnacho before Simmons, and then that's it. We pack up bags and we move on. Was it a bluff? Was the Xavi Simmons a bit of a bluff? I don't know. I think that will be very, very bad. And I don't want all of a sudden, Leipzig to turn around and just say, you know what, the player's not for sale anymore. We'll wait now. We'll wait another season, or we'll negotiate a contract extension, this, that, the other. You got to be very weary about these sort of things. Ladies and gentlemen, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Smash up the like button if you're here for the first time. Subscribe, hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all my content. Until next time, take care. See ya. Bye.